they laid off a third of the company right before, so we were severely understaffed for way too much work, and it was a lot for a while, but got out of that situation. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at first because like it gave something to do during lockdown, which at first was really nice because it's like you run out of things to do, but it hit the point where it's like, well, I'd rather just like, well, and it gave me a paycheck because at first, you're not sure if the economy is going to collapse or anything, so having, you know, income during that's a good safety net, but I just spent the whole time saving up so I could leave once lockdown ended. Now it's just job hunting and streaming. A lot of the places trying to get employees though, it's really fishy. They'll be like, hey, you get this yearly salary as a starting rate, and I look, I'm like, well, with the minimum wage starting wage you've said, that would require working like 52 hours a week plus all holidays. That's not regular work. That's a bit scary. I don't want to work 52 hours a week. Yeah. Yeah, we managed to get remote work pretty fast just because most of our stuff was like data entry, so it's all computers anyways. Uh, a lot of the staff all worked from like laptops that they could just take home. So it's just figuring out those of us who didn't have like work laptops, having to figure out a VPN for us. And we're luckily also one of the like last provinces hit in Canada by COVID, so we had like time to get ready before the cases showed up and we had to get out. That key's really scary because for whatever reason, every time I try to pick it up, my mouse gets unlocked from the game, and there's like a chance I just alt tab myself out of the game, and it minimizes. I need to go back to running this window specifically for that. The 3 months of paid leave sounds really nice. I wish I'd gotten that. Would have had more time to process sort of everything that was happening. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Luckily, I think most of the stuff in our company that like could have issues being leaked is only like a few higher ups, and then probably some of the tech people for some of our like code for stuff. Because if that leaked, we'd have problems. Anyone wanted to sabotage, but yeah. So most of oh, I turned way too soon there. So this is Glass Staircase. It's an indie horror game made by the Puppet Combo team. You can get it either through their Patreon, where you can get all their games if you back them at a certain tier, or it's on itch.io. It's sort of an homage to old tank control, like Silent Hill 1 to 4, and Resident Evil 1 to 3, sort of old horror games, and also Italian zombie movies. So, yeah, this new... My movement's so bad there, but that new maze route I found is way faster. Yeah, yeah, right along the lines of everything else I run. I still think it's kind of funny that I've become like primarily a horror speedrunner when I'm not actually that huge a fan of horror, but it's made me kind of enjoy horror video games. I really like the mechanics of horror video games. Well, some of them. I'm not as big a fan of the current, walking simulator first person ones where it's just like look at something, look away, look back at it for it to like do something kind of games, but like the more tank control ones like this, or even like the new Resident Evil style stuff, I really enjoy the gameplay mechanics compared to a lot of other games, because so much is like so much games these days are a lot of first person shooters and stuff, and there's some cool games with cool mechanics, but I do find a lot are like they're just not the same. There's a lot of limitations to types of controls in horror games, which makes sense because it's supposed to make you feel limited and like you're in danger. You can only do so much, so yeah, playing horror games casually I find so much different than speedrunning. I get anxious playing like a horror game just casually, but then speedrunning it's like, I know where everything is. Oh, it would not accept to light that candle. Weird. It's like, I'm not trying to describe it. It's really weird though, because you know where everything is, where all the jump scares are. So it's just like going through a haunted house that you helped set up almost, so you know like all the people running the attractions, where everything is, like, if that makes sense. It has its own sort of charm that way almost. Yeah, it comes down a lot to movement optimization a lot of the time, and then like boss strats and stuff like that. I do wish there is more like fun glitches in horror games though. I find a lot of horror speedruns, if there's glitches, they're a nightmare. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Silent Hill 3 quick save, quick load out of bounds glitches they found recently, so I just don't run that category, but Homecoming glitches I find really fun, and like some of the Resident Evil out of bounds I think are super cool, but they're in like a miss category only. You don't get to break the games nearly as much as traditional platformers or stuff. Or even Remember Me. I want to go back and de-rust Remember Me sometime. It's just such a long run. I find I never have, like, the fortitude to do a single 3-hour run anymore. I'd rather just run, like, a half an hour game a bunch. It's just the time investment, I guess. If only we could skip cutscenes. Oh, nice. That's another goal. I just got a gold like 2 more times to get sub 25. Yeah, this is where the run starts losing time though. You start getting into the RNG of the boss fights and stuff. Everything up to here is just movement optimization. I should save time on the last split though, because I do have the new boss fight strat that seems to work really well. It's quite a bit faster, but Dorothy in the first Doctor fight might be a bit of an issue. Dorothy is always so scary to me because she just runs off screen and you have to hope auto aim is locked on her. If it's not, well, you're in trouble. I'm just slowly trying to add optimization to this game. I do want a sub 25. I think it'd be a nice time to set as a goal. Yeah, it's really wonky, especially because it doesn't really like technically lock onto him. It's like if you aim and then you turn, it'll eventually show as locked onto him, but like it doesn't pull your cursor over to them like other games. It just shows you if you're like actually aimed at it or not. Sort of. It's weird. And then if there's like anything between you, you can't shoot through it or it won't lock on. It might look like it's going to hit them, but it won't technically count as locked on, so it won't work. That happened to me in a previous run where I was trying to shoot him and there's a tiny bit of a stool between us, so he's like, no good. Stool's in the way. Yeah. Thankfully, because it's a short run, it's not too bad. Like, it's definitely more frustrating. like really long games where you get to the end and it's suddenly like, ah, this one small thing can just completely throw your run. That's partly why I prefer shorter runs now. I guess I sort of always did. I think about like half an hour to an hour is the perfect run length. Although I know this is technically under half an hour. Alright, Dorothy. Alright. Like, she's just down here. Okay, that was a pretty good fight. Nice. I tanked the hit to make her get distance away from me faster. So I could probably aim at her, because if she's really close to you, you can't really get it. Because the gun's too long. No. Dorothy's either lost it or she's possessed by Satan, one of the two. Or some other demon thing. This is pretty good. This is on pace for sub 25 right now. And now that I've said that, I've jinxed it. I'm gonna like die here. So the reason I reload at the end of the Dorothy fight before getting here is so I can have a full ammo here. And get all 5 shots into it. That get me? Okay, that is a pretty much perfect fight there. Nice. I think that's probably a gold there, because that was sort of a new strat, sort of. The run past it, turn and shoot instead of looping back around, so I'd stay closer to the machine. Oh, holy crap, that's a lot of time save. Wait a second. Okay. That was faster than I thought it was. The lighting in this section looks really weird right now to me for some reason. I thought it's normally more blue back there. Oh, I got caught in something. Yeah, the graphics almost look worse than usual. What? I don't know why. This seems more pixelated than usual to me, though. Alright, let's just hope for good enemy RNG here then. Hope they don't block any corridors. Oh, this one might. Okay, no, got through. Thank goodness. This one's pretty close, but should be fine. Oop. Hopped up a little bit there. Oh. Okay, only hit by one. This is sort of the moment of truth here. Is the enemy RNG in this area? Because they can really block you off quite easily, but it looks like it's pretty good. You might be able to have bounds. I don't know if it'd be faster. That bouncing up glitch used to be in the game a lot more, but they patched out most of it happening. That's one of the few places it can still happen, but because that's like the load zone you go through anyways, I don't think it's connected. So I don't know if it'd actually be faster if there was an out of bounds there. Unless if you could get like to another area somehow. Oh, this is very good pace right now. Nope, it's not just a bed. Heal myself so this enemy doesn't kill me. Yeah. I don't know if it blows up, or if you could just like skip to the grenade room. Because it is like down a flight of stairs if it's maybe loaded below somewhere. Oh, that ate that shot. That's not good. Okay, that was a pretty decent fight. Only had the one reload. This is definitely a 24. This is gonna be a heck of a good run. I was a little worried when I missed the one leading shot, but it worked out. Eee, all of the golds. Okay. Oh, almost a minute. That's actually absurd. I thought it'd be pretty close. Well, I guess finding the new path that's like 10 seconds faster in day 2 helps, because otherwise it would be closer to 2450, which was like around where I thought you could get with a bit of grind. You can probably save more time. You can probably get sub 2430 now. That's like the new goal. So that is world record. I was the previous world record holder at 25:27. So that's new world record. Hey. There's only 2 other runners for this game besides me right now. So it's just chasing that world record improvement a bit. I've been slowly like adding new strats to some of the fights and stuff, and like my old run didn't have the shooting the enemy as it chases you across the hallway stuff. It was just fight at the bottom, which was the old strat, and then like some of the other stuff, movement stuff, like the maze and that. Yeah, I'm glad you could stay. I'm glad I got a PB while someone was here to watch. I feel bad sometimes when people are watching and it's just like reset after reset, so it's always nice when I can actually finish good runs for entertainment. But this means I get to open one of my booster boxes. Ooh. Alright, have fun. That sounds like a blast. Have fun with your friends. Take care. Hopefully I'll get to chat with you sometime soon again. Take a screenshot. Thank you very much. We're praying for good polls. I'm gonna be right back. I've got to run to the washroom. So I'll be back. Probably by the time these credits finish.